Hello and welcome back to Strongwoman High's Dash Life is a Mishmash. Today we have very special guest all the way from the US of A. It is Panda, pro under 64 kilo strongwoman athlete. Welcome to the show, Panda.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me. And
Now,
in
awesome.
complete strong woman highs, cordial THC seltzer. So if I get a little yappier by the end of the pod, you'll know why.
No, we love that. Well, hopefully it should just kick in right in time for the silly goose.
Right? That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, start getting real weird by that point. It's perfect. Absolutely on brand. Awesome. Right. Well, do you want to give a little bit of an elevator pitch then of who you are, what you're all about, your accolades, all that sort of shit for the pod?
Sure. So, like you said, I'm a pro U64. I don't have like my technical pro card, but I have qualified and been invited to every single U64 pro show that's been on the market so far in Strongwoman. I've also been paid for a few competitions, so that's where I put the pro in my bio.
Hell yeah.
Until and then I've been doing Strong Woman since I was in 2016, so it's been almost a decade now. So it's been kind of surreal. I don't have any huge accolades besides all the competitions I've been to. I'm a 2 times world finalist, 3-time world qualifier, but I got injured in 2023 at World. So, but it's been just a long ride of kind of taking advantage of every opportunity in front of me. I did hold the 18-inch deadlift record in the middleweight USS Federation for a while, and I don't think I still hold the middleweight log record either, but I did it for a little while. So just kind of,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
just a seize the opportunity kind of gal.
Hell yeah. I love how you're like, no, I haven't got that many accolades. Just like, final at like OSG twice. Well, yeah, a couple of records, like not too much though. No big accolades though,
I've never
no.
podiumed on any big show before, so that's where I'm always like,
Doesn't matter that. I feel like a top 10 at OSG Worlds is pretty much a podium in my eyes. Fucking hell. Like, that's some achievement. They're like my end goal dreams, them, top 10 at OSG.
yeah, now that he's, the last few years he's introduced the top 10 medals has been my favorite thing. Like my first OSG, they didn't have that. So to like introduce that at my second was awesome. So that way I actually have like proof that I've been a world finalist.
Yeah, it's having the t-shirt with a gold name on the back. I feel like that's when you know you've made it. That's when you can properly be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm fucking legit in this sport like me.
Yeah, the first time that I got that gold lettering, I was like, this is really surreal. Like I didn't expect it at all, but it's like you never know who's going to show up on game day and what you're going to bring on game day. So it's just all about putting the pieces together and taking advantage of everything that you can in front of you.
Yeah, 100%. I love that as well. Long time strongwoman, like 2016. You've fucking seen it all pretty much, like the whole like blow up of the sport as well. And I love getting insight from like you guys who've been in the sport like bordering on a decade, because I just think you get so much more information from you lot. Like you've seen it all, haven't you? Like you guys were the ones in the fucking car parks in the rain dealing with the
Yeah.
bullshit that we don't have to deal with now.
Right, I know. It's like this weird teeter-totter when people are like, "We need more." And I'm like, "We do need more, but you don't know what we had 7 years ago." Like 7 years ago, isn't that long ago? So we
Nah,
have a lot.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. I had a good chat with this, but with Andrea Thompson as well, actually, and she made like a very good point, being like, if you look at it in like terms of like the last 5 and 10 years, this sport has blown up. Like, oh my god! Even when I first came into the sport in like 2019, 2020, there was fucking nowhere near the amount of like cool stuff going on as there is now.
Yeah, and like even looking at the weight changes. So like I volunteered at OSG in 2018 and I fell in love immediately with everything Lynn was doing. That was when it was still in North Carolina, where Lynn is from, in just a small little like venue. Like it was a large venue, but small compared to what we are in now. But like,
Yeah.
and it was basically like a local show, but everyone in the world could come. It just had the same feel of like local show, but it's also worlds. But then like the U64 women, I think for like their overhead part of their medley that year, like the heaviest implement was like 59 kilo. Like,
Fuck.
and then my first
Insane.
OSG in 2021 was log for reps at like 77 kilo. Like, uh,
Insane.
yeah, so it's been crazy just to watch not just the growth of the sport, but just the tenacity and the capability of the women that are now in it. So,
100%. Yeah, I totally agree. It's that, it's, if for me, it's always the 200 kilo deadlift. That's what I go off for people. I was like, when I first started the sport, we were just starting to surpass that. Like, quite a lot of people had hit 200 kilos, but still, like, 200 kilos was like fucking huge for like women to hit. And now it's in every comp. Fucking hell, nearly every deadlift's 200 kilo for like opens women's. You're at national level and they're like, yeah, you should be able to hit 200 kilo deadlift, mate. Like, what? This was 4 years ago. Everyone had been like, fuck that.
right. Yeah, it's
Insane.
absolutely crazy. I love it so much.
Yeah, same. It's going in such a good direction, isn't it? Like, we just need to all keep pushing it that way. Like, not too fast, just steady away, steady away. Yeah.
Good chip, you know?
Yeah, just chipping away with it, chipping away with it. Brilliant. Right, so let's get into it then. So, what has been your strong woman high then, Panda?
So thinking about this, I kind of have like a twofer, but it's like still encapsulated into kind of like one time period of my strong woman career thus far. So kind of going back to what we were just talking about, how things just kind of accelerated and really picked up after 2020. That was when now PSL but Clash had begun. Like OSG was going into bigger arenas and offering, like the live stream, like bigger capabilities and things like that. Chaos had really wanted to start dropping like that pro show with the gals invited as well at the classic. What other light, there were just felt like so many lightweight opportunities were just dropping. So like from 2020 to like 2022, I'd say this time period was like my strong woman high, because I felt like I was competing at a brand new show, inaugural U64 show. Like, oh my gosh, I get to go do this for the first time. Like, I'm going to be the first one here. And we'll come to the last one before my second world. So this would have been like July of 2022. It was the Clash U64. I don't know kilos very well in comparison to pounds. So like, I guess I could probably like Google it or something, but like
I'll work.
it
I'll
was,
get it up now, so we've got one
it
ready.
was a max axle deadlift. And like, I don't know if like listening to this, I don't know if y'all really know me too much, but deadlift is my jam. Like, you put a deadlift in front of me and I'm more than likely going to be in the top three, just
Hell
because
yeah!
it's been something. So like, okay, it was, I opened up with 172 kilo. I Googled it.
Fuck.
So, and it stapled me. I'm like, this should be something I can like pick up every day of the week, no matter what time it is, no matter like how much food I've had to eat. Like, this should be cake for me. Stapled, just
Yeah.
completely stapled to the ground. And then total embarrassment. Like, I really couldn't even hardly finish the rest of the show. But I think this, like I said, I think that was like show 8 in like a 5-month time span, where it was like, Panda, you should probably take a break.
Yeah, maybe.
So I pulled out of like my next show and I was like, I'm just going to focus from July to December and do worlds. And at that time, the boys were doing the OSG podcast with the like kind of just breaking down every single class and doing predictions. So it was like Nick O'Hare, Luke Davis. Gosh, I can't remember who all was on that podcast. I feel like a horrible person now, but they brought me on to do the women's predictions, like to help out with the women's predictions.
Mm.
And then when we got to the U64 show, I was all like, I'm not cocky, but I'm going to be cocky for a minute. So the Panda that you saw at U64 Clash is not going to be the Panda that you see at OSG this year. And I owned that. Like, it was a 172 axle deadlift for reps, and I hit it for 9.
Hell yeah, that is insane. That is
So I was
absolutely
like,
insane.
that was my strong woman high. Like just being able to do all those, take advantage of those opportunities as they came. My body stuck with me for most of them, but then I was able to really, bring it, wind it back, and show people what I was really made of. Just a few
Yeah.
months later. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love that. Out of all like the feds that you've competed in, like Clash and OSG or the like new PSL, what do you think your favourite like pro-ish show would be?
Right now, probably PSL, just because of the fact that I've been competing with most of these women since 2019. So like it's like sisterhood of the traveling pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we just, I don't know, like it's like almost like a family reunion whenever I know I'm going to be going to one of those shows. Like it's just us. Like I love that, single show, like class shows. They're and Tyler really cares about the athletes. So it in the work he's continued to put in, each year I feel like it levels up just a little bit more. We have like higher name sponsors. Like this year, Notorious Lift is a part of it, and I believe every competitor that comes gets a pair of lifters or a pair of trainers, some type of shoe from them,
Yeah.
as a part
Yeah,
of
they
their
did.
swag bags. So it's like there's so many different aspects of things coming and going in the sport, and I think this is something that I would like to see stick around and continue to grow because
Hmm.
we kind of chat a little bit, and Tyler kind of wants to pull the similar swag bag model of like the CrossFit games, like where these athletes can fill their whole hotel room bed full of the swag that they get. Like you
Yeah.
can't see an inch of blanket left because there's so much swag and so much. And then they have a whole closet full of stuff to wear. Like they provide them basically whatever bras, shorts, pants, and shirts that they need and will want for that whole weekend of competing. So I would really love to see something like that continue to grow for us in the sport, especially the fast paced model of competition. Like it's kind of a new way of promoting the weight class athletes, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And I do think actually that in itself gets overlooked quite a lot because like I know a lot of comps in the UK, like you don't really get swag, like you don't really like there's prize money sometimes, but like I think realistically the easiest way to get buy-in for athletes is to have that swag there because like that would sell me to go to a comp if they were like, oh yeah, you're gonna get like 3 pair of trainers and like you're gonna get this, you're gonna get like a couple of like t-shirts, whatever. I'd be like, fucking sound, because like if you get that when you get there, then it doesn't matter whether you win or not because like you've
Right?
got stuff anyway, haven't you? And most companies as well, I feel like, would much rather give you things that athletes could promote for them than just give you money for a prize pot because they're getting free
Yeah.
promotion then, aren't they? Well, not
Yeah, I
free because they're
really
giving you free
enjoyed it.
stuff.
Yeah, but it's technically like you're going to use the product then. Not only like a lot of times, especially when I first started, it was like gift card or discount code specifically for the competitors in this comp or something like that, or get on and this weekend we'll have a huge sale because you're competing and get it, enjoy our product that we're here sponsoring you for, but we're not going to bring to let you know what it's about. So be
Yeah,
sure to post about us and how awesome our stuff is, but you've never tried it, worn it, or used it in any way. So it definitely gives the companies that, hey, you're actually going to utilize this equipment and then give us real time feedback. So I just really hope that that continues in the sport.
yeah. I feel like a lot of people could like learn a lot from what Tyler's doing with that because I think that's a really cool little thing to have going for PSL because I don't, off the top of my head, I can't think of any other comps that you go to where you get given stuff. You get Ultimate Strongman, like if you do that one, which no one can possibly do in the UK anymore, especially if you're a woman because it doesn't exist. But you used to get a singlet and a pair of deadlift socks, and like those singlets were cool. I did actually really like them, although they did make you look like a giant baby. But like that was a
I've
draw for
always
that
been
comp.
real, yeah. I've always been really jealous that that was like a thing. I'm like, that is like, I feel a lot of people hold that singlet to heart because that is like I've made it, like over there in the UK
100%.
for sure.
Yeah, 100%. It was like it's a difficult one because you can't really qualify for it. You've just got to know Glenn and get in his good books. But like once you get that singlet, like I've got 2 of them and I love them. I've never worn them since, but like I remember wearing them at the comp and being like, I am fucking legit in this. Like, yeah,
Right?
giant baby vibes, but I feel absolutely like jacked.
It's like a child when they get like their first pair of light up sneakers. You're like,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like. Just absolutely buzzing to be wearing it. Like the most unflattering outfit in the world. But I was like, yeah, I've made this now. This is proper strongman this.
I was jealous for a really long time because I also want a singlet.
Yeah, they're good. Maybe we should petition Lynn to change the final top ten gold letter t-shirts. We just want singlets now, actually, Lynn.
Yeah,
We don't
with
want
I guess
t-shirts.
yeah, we don't want t-shirts anymore. Just a singlet that says world finalist on the front.
Yeah, that would be sick. You could make them look really cool. I think
Oh, for
these would be
sure.
a selling point. These would be a selling point, definitely. And then there'd be no worries about the whole, like, you have to put your t-shirt over your deadlift suit, blah, blah, blah. Like, just give them a singlet. Tell them that's all they can wear. Win. Be
Yep,
ideal.
I'm for it.
Yeah, I'm up for this as well. Yeah, someone start petitioning Lynn and tell him we want singlets for OSG. We'll let him off this year, but next year,
Yeah,
something to think
next year.
about.
A whole year to
Something,
plan. That sounds great.
yeah, exactly. Something to think about, innit? Something to think about. No, I love that. That's cool. So, cool Strong Woman High then is basically just the run up to those comps then, that like little time in your life where everything was going absolutely mint. So let's ruin that vibe then. And what was your Strong Woman low?
I'm currently right in the smack dab middle of it, maybe closer to the end than I think. So,
Oh,
September 2023, in my training for Worlds, I had a sprinter's tear in my hamstring. So I was playing softball, sprinting to first, and just felt a few snaps in the old hammy.
oh
So I was like,
no.
I started the BPC and the TB compounding, and I started rehabbing. I work in a physio clinic here in America, so I have access to really good care. And we were doing everything right. Everything was going really well. Felt really great. Then in the deadlift ladder, um, when I got to the third bar, yeah, which I don't know how much that is off the top of my head, the 184-ish bar.
Yeah.
I retore it at lockout. Like the speed of which I pulled that bar just retore the hamstring. Like I wish I could just pop the video up so you guys could see how fast. Like I was at bar 3 in 9 seconds. Like it was
Oh
bam, bam,
God.
bam. Yeah. So it was like the coolest thing ever. I was like, I'm flying. And then I went to pull the next bar, which was like 20 kilo heavier. And I got it to my knees with one hamstring. So that was cool. But then I dropped to the floor. So that started my fun ride into an actual rehab cycle where I didn't compete. And then once I was returned to sport ready, I ruptured my Achilles on my right leg.
Oh
Complete,
no.
yeah, just completely blown. So had to have surgery for that. That was in May of last year. And then once I was returned to sport on that, I was over for the Cumbria doing commentary on that. And I was having a training session with a few of my friends at a gym and a little tour of the ACL doing log.
No. No. On the same leg.
The hamstring leg, though. So it was
Ah.
hamstring, Achilles, ACL. So
Fuck.
I'm currently 5.5 months post reconstruction on that. So yeah,
Mate.
this is where I'm at. This is my strong woman low. I haven't competed since Worlds 2023, and I didn't get to even finish the show. So
Ah, what a nightmare. That is like just an absolute series of unfortunate events, that though, isn't it? Like, because especially with it being opposite legs, it's not even like it was a like compensatory type thing. Like, that's just freak random accidents, that in it.
Yeah, like I keep my calf atrophied something horrible. I call it my baby
Yeah.
moo, so that's my little calf.
They're so hard to rehab as well, Ace. Achilles, they're so difficult because there's such
I'm
it's the biggest tendon in the body, isn't it? Like they blow when they fucking go. Like,
Well, and then athletes were always so good at compensating. So, like, even when I first ruptured it, I was in Florida practicing for my first season of Grid League with my team, and I walked home, like, through the airport. I drove home. Like, my
oh
foot
my
was
god,
still, like, gas pedaling because, like,
fucking
my
hell,
toes would curl and just take, like, my extensors in my feet would just take over.
that
And
is
my, like,
insane.
so, and then when he reattached it, there was a huge hematoma from the rupture. So there, he said he had to take out like this much blood from the wound to clean it out. And there was so much nerve damage after he did that. Like we had to do a lot of like neuro, like pathic type dry needling. Like I know, like I'll probably say these words and you'll completely get them, but most people probably won't. But like we had to do like 100 hertz with the needles with e-stim, so that way it would send like the really high like stingy type voltage of
Yeah.
through, so that way like my nerves would want to turn back on. So like honestly the ACL injury has been like a blessing for my Achilles recovery.
Yeah, ACL's a fucking walk in the park compared to an Achilles, mate.
for like for real, like but like I couldn't even like hold in a heel raised position until 3 weeks ago with my Achilles. And it's been
Fucking
over a
hell.
year. So, like, the fact that we're just now doing like adding lateral dynamic movement and running and jumping and stuff like that with my ACL, I can join in with my Achilles and not feel like I'm lagging. It's actually
Yeah, to
getting
be fair,
rehab.
it's like the ACL's just slid into the Achilles rehab, isn't it? It's like, oh, by the
Yeah,
way, while you're doing that, I'll just drop in here, shall I? Just do it at the same time.
basically. So, like, I'm really actually excited about that because like 6 months ago before the ACL happened, I didn't think my Achilles was ever going to be normal again. And it's starting to feel like normal. I can push up on it and I can hold myself up in the extended position and I can do like agility ladder without my heel wanting to just drop the whole time that I'm running through. So honestly, the ACL, it sucks. I had to have two orthopedic surgeries in less than 12 months, but it's been a
Fuck.
blessing. So
Yeah. Oh, what an absolute shit show. There's so many things I want to ask you about those injuries. I don't want to like go into it too much, but I do want to ask you a little bit about softball as well. So is that do you do that like professionally, semi-professionally, like
just locally with like a co-ed beard league, I guess is essentially what they would call it. So like the bros
nice.
and girls just hang out and it's like organized and you sign up via this app that's run locally through the community that I live in. But yeah, you just join a team and you meet up like twice a week to play a doubleheader, and I love it. I've been doing it since I graduated high school because I played softball in high school. So it was like I love sport. I've been playing sports since I was 3. So it's like anything to just get me in a competitive mindset, I'm all about it. So,
Yeah. Ah, I love that. I bet as well you find it's quite good, like as a tie-in with Strongman as well, because I guess it's like it's much more like cardio-based fitness, really, isn't it? So I bet it fits in quite nicely with your Strongwoman training as well.
yeah, until I tore my hamstring. So I haven't played since I tore my hamstring just because then with the Achilles, everything, I haven't
Yeah,
really been able to
don't add too much on.
run full speed or anything like that. But yeah, it was my secondary from 2016 when I started through till I tore the hamstring. I had been playing. I had 2 leagues I played on in Indiana when I lived there, and I moved to South Carolina in 2021, so or 2022. So that was when I joined the league here in this town. But now my secondary is CrossFit, so I don't know if I'll go
Oh,
back to playing softball.
oh, well, how have you found a CrossFit then? Just while you've been rehabbing?
I had just started CrossFit in January of 23. So, it was my tertiary. I guess you will call it then that in
Yeah.
2023. So like doing a little bit of everything. I've really enjoyed it because it puts me in the same competitive mindset as I would on game day at a comp without all the nerves, without the pressure. So
Hmm.
the same kind of competitive mindset I got from softball, where like I'm pushing myself to be better than the people around me, but I'm not like condemned if I don't do good, or in my head.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I gave it my all and I didn't beat them. That's fine. Like they're obviously better than me. And I don't have that mindset in comp day. So
No, I feel like it is very much that though, isn't it? Because Strongwoman compared to everything else, I think because Strongwoman is so small and so niche, and we all know each other. Like everybody fucking knows everybody in this sport, don't they? So you do
yeah.
feel a lot more pressure. Because I feel it's like I've been doing a bit of like BJJ training, and they're like, oh, do you want to do a comp? And I'm like, probably yeah, at some point. Because I couldn't give a flying fuck. Like if I don't win, I don't really care. Like because I'm like a very small fish in a huge fucking pond here. Whereas like in
Yeah.
Strongwoman, regardless of if you're a small fish, you're still in a fucking small pond.
Yeah. It's like we're all bouncing off of each other. Like everybody knows everybody. There's no just walking away from it either. So but I don't think I'll ever compete in CrossFit. But I started CrossFit because I had strong interest in what's called Grid League here in the United States. There are a few international players that have come over to play, but it's basically like a co ed high speed tag team version of CrossFit where like whatever you're good at, you only have to do that. So like the stuff on the rig where I can't do like muscle ups and toe to bars very well and things like that, I don't have to worry about it. Like the heavy barbells, heavy kettlebells, dumbbells, yoke, farmers, sandbag stuff, like that's all me and my jam. I just haven't been able to actually do it because of my injuries. So
Yeah.
season number 3, hopefully.
Let's go. So when does the rehab officially end now then? When are you looking
Um,
at?
So I'm not really giving myself a timeline just because I did give myself a timeline for the Achilles. I had signed up for South Carolina's Strongest in April. And so like I was like putting pressure on myself to get back to like normalcy and strongman training. And I think that's kind of what pushed me in my body and my ACL. So hoping by April of next year that I can get back to it and do a comp. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not putting a time limit on myself
Yeah.
or signing up for anything. I want my training to be 100% back to normal before I start a prep.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's a super good idea because it's no pressure then, is it? And then you don't push yourself. Like you'll know now after having like a few injuries back to back, like you just it's not worth it, is it? You're better off getting, like you said, 100% full training and then being like, right, let's go into a comp prep then, because that's what fucks people up is comp preps back to back, isn't it? Like
yeah,
standard practice in strongman, that just doing back to back comp preps and getting more and more progressively injured as you go on with your
right.
little niggles that you're like, oh, well, it's all right, it's just a niggle. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm fucked. I can't do anything nice.
Yeah, and I'm planning on just doing a 73 show or heavier when I first come back. Like I don't want to have to worry about cutting weight because right now
Yeah.
I'm sitting around 75. So I'm already heavier than I would like to be right now. So I'm just having a good time going through my rehab, recomping my body, and just trying to focus on being healthy before
Yeah.
doing a competition. So,
Yeah, I love that. I also want to ask you about your physio assistant job because I bet that is fucking awesome. Because I've just qualified as a physio, so this is like my jam. I fucking love this sort of stuff. But I've
I'm not an assistant. I'm office manager. And the clinic that I work in, we only hire doctors of physical therapy. So like we
nice.
don't have aides or assistants or anything like that. So it's kind of a little bit run differently than most American clinics typically run. So
Yeah, because I've had to look at this because I have a little bit of a pipe dream of moving to America. Like I'm trying to convince my husband that it's a really good idea, but he's not quite there yet. We'll get there eventually. But yeah, because I've had a look at it. But obviously, to be a physio in America, it's a doctorate, isn't it? It's not like I couldn't come across now and be a physio in America. I'd have to go and do like the next step up, basically, of a degree to get to that level. But I mean, that's the handiest fucking job you could ever have being in Strongwoman and then having those injuries as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's why I did it. So during the pandemic, I lost my manufacturing job because I was non-essential.
Oh,
And I was like, fuck this. I'm going to get a job in healthcare. Do I have a degree? Nope. So I'm going to join admin. So I took a huge pay cut, became a front desk gal in Indiana, and then I worked my way up. So I got into billing by the end of it, and so I figured out how to do everything from the front all the way to the back end. And then when I moved down to South Carolina, I found this awesome small clinic who does things so much differently than everybody else. I was like, I want to be a part of that. I don't like doing things conventionally. I'm
yeah.
weird. So and then I just basically have called it home since, and I'm kind of like the lead front, and I do a little bit of everything, a little bit in the back end, a little bit in the front end, and help everybody out. So once I get my certified personal trainer stuff, I'm actually going to start taking clients on there. So that's what I'm working on right now. Yeah.
Nice. That'll be awesome. That's so cool as well. And it's like turning a bit of a shit situation into a very good one that's going to be beneficial for you. Because as well now you've got lived experience of injuries and like rehabbing them and getting back to like where you want to be, don't you? So you're like the perfect person for it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I love working with people, and I love being around people who are just excited to like get better. And so like being in this environment has been just the epitome of that. So loving it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I absolutely love that. Right. Well, let's do the final question then. So, what would you say to yourself when you first started the sport?
You don't need to do everything all at once. You need to
That's a
calm
good
down.
one. That's a good one. That's a good one. A lot of people need to hear that. A lot of people.
Yeah. Like when I first started, I was playing softball. I was still running 5Ks, and I was still a heavy drinker. I've been sober for 7 years now, but like, well,
Nice.
California sober and whatever the kids call it these days. So but yeah, so I was like everything all at once, and then that mentality has just been who I've been forever. So I wish I could tell myself the same thing, just about like I probably wouldn't be where I am right now if I didn't do everything all at once, like injury wise. But I also wouldn't have experienced everything I've experienced. So I have like no regrets in any of the things that I've done in the sport. But I plan on being that crazy old lady at like 55 years old and hopefully still at Worlds. Like, I want to be here. This isn't just some like thing. Like I said, I've been in sport since I was 3. So I've never dedicated myself to any sport the way I've dedicated myself to strongman. The way I feel about it, the way I think about my training, the way I plan everything around it. It sounds obsessive. It was for a little while, but I feel like I found a decent balance now, but I still dedicate myself to it more than I've ever dedicated myself to any other thing that I've tried to do or as a hobby or even as a sport in long term. So, yeah, definitely don't do everything all at once. You just need to calm down and just do it as it comes and realize that you don't have to say yes to everything.
Yeah. Brick by brick, just chip by chip, just do little bits at a time. Yeah, I like that a lot. Why do you think it is that Strong Woman was the sport that you've been like, fuck yeah, everything into it? Because I
I
feel the
think
same
it
and I'm not sure why.
honestly, I think it's the lack of pushback. So that doesn't mean like I've been accepted in open arms by everybody in this sport, but like I'm weird. I'm quirky. I'm not the conventional human being, which I'm happy with, obviously. But like when you're growing up as a kid, that's the kind of things that other kids make fun of you for. That's the kind of things that adults are like, you're not allowed to hang out with that person because they're just a little weird. You
Yeah.
know, like in the especially in the 90s and the early 2000s, I feel like nowadays parents are a lot better at, recognizing their kids' quirks and kind of accepting and appreciating them and letting them be who they want to be. But I also had a lot of pushback on who I was from my parents growing up. So it's like, this is the first community or place that I've been that has accepted me. like without like you're not going to be good at this because you have purple hair. Like those are the kinds of things that was said to me when I played basketball in high school. It was like your hair's not straight, you have curly hair, you're probably not going to fit in very well with us. And like there was like cliques, and like if you were on the basketball team you had to hang out with the basketball players all the time, and I was like, but I want to go hang out with these people over here, and they're like, well, we don't like those people. And it's like, I don't care, like that shouldn't affect my joy and standing and acceptance in playing a sport. But like as a kid I just felt like that's kind of what it was, and I've not felt that in strongman. So
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I totally agree as well. I do think it's that inclusivity, isn't it? And as well, I think because you get so much out of the sport, like I find I get a lot back out of it, like a lot of enjoyment, more than I probably do in like anything else that I've ever done in my life. Like I used to do competitive freestyle disco dancing. That was the fucking bitchiest fucking environment I could have ever been in my life. It
I
was
didn't even know that was
atrocious.
a thing. That's
Oh,
amazing.
mate, honestly, the pictures of me back then, like you'd be like, "Who the fuck's that? Who's this?" Like I was a different person, and I've like same. I've always been a bit off, a bit out there, a bit weird, bit different, and like I really tried to conform for a long time, desperately tried so hard. Bleach blonde, white hair all the time, like fucking desperate to be in with the cool girls and like tanning and makeup and all that bullshit. And as I've got older, especially into Strongwoman as well, like as you can see, I've changed dramatically in the few years that I have been here. So, like, but I feel like this is the first time in my life where I've never really got shit for that. Like, I shaved my head at 18, and like everyone told me I looked like I was dying, or like that I was a lesbian or whatever. And like I did it this time, and everyone was like, "Oh, you fucking cool as fuck. You should tattoo your head, no? That'd be cool." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go."
Yeah,
Like this is the sort of
exactly.
supportive environment I needed.
Yep, exactly that. Yeah, like I fried my hair in high school just trying to be like perfect stick straight. I also have this huge gap in my teeth, and I don't know if you can tell, but I have a lazy eye. So,
I
I've also
couldn't
had
tell
two
that, to be fair.
surgeries trying to correct it so it's straighter, but it's like, oh, I got a lot of the are you looking at me or are you looking over there? What are you looking at? Like all that stuff growing up too. So it's like I don't have to worry about that in the sport. Like you show up as yourself, and I think people think it's weird if you don't show up when there's a person they expect you to be. So like I'm this really loud and obnoxious human being online. And sometimes at competitions I'm not that person because I'm like, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm totally fine. I'm here."
Yeah, this is just another side of me that I'm not like on the
Right?
internet.
I'm like
Yeah.
90% the person I am online all the time, but you're going to have to bring me caffeine if you want me to be that person 24/7.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. Nah, I love that. I feel like you've had such a wild journey as well. Like, what a fucking crazy time. How have you dealt with then? So, did you have many injuries at the beginning of like your strongman career, or not really, or has it all just been sort of in the last 2 years?
To be quite honest, I've never had like any sports injuries really besides like typical sprained ankles, or like maybe a little bit of a strain here and there. Growing like I think I strained my hip flexor playing basketball my freshman year of high school, and I had a concussion that same season. But those were probably my biggest injuries until now. So like beginning of my strongwoman career, I'll kind of dabble into like personal life a little. I had just found the sport. I had just qualified for my first United States Nationals event, and the guy I was dating at the time was a piece of shit. Um, and I ended up shortly after that Nationals competition, where he had attempted to take my life. So that would have been like that took me out of the sport for almost 10 months because I ended up with like positional vertigo. I had to get like nasal reconstructive surgery. Like my sinuses were all broken and kind of like fucked up. I had a huge like crack in the back of my head. Like, so I had a lot of like physio and occupational therapy that I had to go through. Like there was a time where like I couldn't even like bend over to tie my shoes without like falling over because like my everything in my head, like my vestibular system was just fucked. So it was
Fucking
just
hell.
like that was my biggest injury in the sport before this. Like that took me out a lot, and that honest, I had to start over essentially because of how like all the newbie gains I made up to that point because I'd only been in this. This was like a year, like this time of year. So it was Labor Day weekend of 2017, and like so I'd only been competing for almost 2 years, and um, everything I had gained at that point was gone. Like, so I had to start all over in like 2018, like mid 2018. And I thought that was what was going to happen with my Achilles. I was like, I'm going to go back to square one. Everything that
Fucking
I've done
hell.
is gone.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Uh, that's not been the case. So we're good. We're good. I'm still really strong.
Fuck yeah, absolutely. What an insane story though, and like what a comeback as well to like come through that and still come back into Strongwoman and be like absolute fucking boss modes. Like I bet it feels so much better now looking back at that situation and thinking like what a turnaround that's been from that situation to now.
Yeah, I'm definitely not the same person I was then. Like that's the situation that encouraged me to get sober. It's also like the reason why I've been more picky about people being in my life, just in general, like whether it be relationship or platonic relationship. I learned a lot about people in my life after that happened.
Yeah.
The old, what did you do to deserve it? If I had a dollar
Yeah.
for every time I was asked that, so yeah,
Fucking hell.
I've learned a lot about myself and the people I want around me, and every year since it just gets better, you know? So,
Yeah, absolutely. Like the personal growth that you must have had from that situation to come out of that, like on this side of it, is fucking insane and just like so fucking cool. Absolutely fucking mint. What
well,
a
thanks.
legend.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely fucking love it. But yeah, I can imagine though, getting these injuries now back to back was like almost a little bit PTSD of like, oh fuck, not this again. Like, can't go through that whole situation again without.
Yeah, my current partner, I just kept looking at him. I'm like, I was this close to a 500-pound deadlift, and now I have to go back to round square one. Like,
Nah, you'll have surely kept some muscle mass from
oh,
that.
for
You'll
sure.
surely be all
I just,
right.
my brain did not want to compute that. Like, I had just hit like a 97-kilo log, like a month before I tore my hamstring. Like, I was like, I'm at the strongest I've ever been. And now I'm falling apart.
Insane, absolutely insane. To be fair though, and I think as well, like a lot of people forget, like 97 kilo log, and you're like what 70 fucking kilos, like competing at under 64. That is just mental. Again, if we go back to like 4 or 5 years ago, saying those numbers, people would be like, nah, nah,
Yeah.
wouldn't happen.
No.
Now it's the fucking weights at OSG. You're doing it every year.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if you want to get good reps at the weights that they pick for worlds, like it's you have to be like 20% stronger like than that. It's so asinine. Like I said, my first OSG, it was like a 77-kilo log. I was hoping for one. I got two. Oh yeah. I
Hell
was
yeah.
I like jumped over the log and was like, yeah, like at the audience. Like I watched the playback. I'm not intimidating. I was like the cutest little, like, yeah, I did the thing.
Inside you're like a bear, you're like, fucking come on! And then on the camera, like, hey,
Yes, exactly. I'm like, no matter how intense I feel on game day, I look like just like, I don't know, like Hello Kitty out there. Like, I
That's
did it,
so
you
funny.
guys. Uh,
Class.
Most embarrassing moment, probably. That's fine.
No, I love that. Absolutely love that. That's class. Well, let's not move on. Have you got any other final things you would like to say about Strong Woman, Strong Man before we move on to the final section of the podcast, the silly
So
goose?
it's kind of like a conversation that I had off podcast with recently, but it also kind of plays into what we talked about with the Pro Strongman League and like the swag and like really making this about the athletes and getting what the athletes deserve and doing things that is actually right for them and not just what looks good, for a comp on social media, is promoters. If you want to use the title that you're a competition promoter, then promote the fucking comp. Like, if you're not promoting your competition, then you're a comp host. You're a competition host or hostess, and you're hosting us in a competition. You're not promoting it. Because if you expect me as an athlete who is paying you to promote your show, then I'm the promoter. And
Yeah,
I don't want that anymore. I don't want it anymore. Fucking do your job. If you don't want to do your job, then don't fucking promote a show. Like, don't
yeah.
do it. Like, it's that easy. Just hand it off to somebody who actually gives a fuck.
Yeah, I love this, and genuinely, I so totally agree with this because fuck me, comp promoters could be doing so much more, so much fucking more. Like, it's not that hard. Fuck me, social media is free. Like, you literally
Yeah.
have the biggest marketing tool at your hands, and it is free.
And you can get on your little like shoes and go out the door of the city that you're going to be hosting in and go be like at this big business and be like, hey, we're coming into your town and you're like the beloved restaurant here. Would you like to be involved? Yes. Awesome. Oh, then go to this big store down the street further. Like, spend a day in the city that you're hosting in and get to know the community. Don't
Yeah,
just go onto their news station and be like, I was on the news. I don't care. Like, go and actually meet people that live there and promote it. Like, I was just at All American Pro Am in little town, literally Hooks town. It's the smallest little town in Pennsylvania, not even on the map, and we had the most people in the audience at a local show that I have ever seen. Did any of them know what the fuck Strongman was? No. But Josh knows what he's doing and he
yeah,
gives a fuck. So it was so cool. Like, almost every seat in the pavilion was taken. Like, it
yeah.
was the coolest thing. And in America, that's rare.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
It's the same in the UK. It's absolutely the same in the UK. Like, and people just don't take advantage of it at all. Like, one, I feel like if you're setting up a comp, go and ask for sponsors. Go and ask local businesses, local like places for sponsorship. Because I've done it for a local comp that we're running. Fuck me, we've managed to get like over £1,000 of prize money for like just a random local competition. And then, yeah, go out into the communities, meet people, give out free fucking tickets for people that live in the area, get seats in bums, because that's all that really matters at the end of the day. If you've got the sponsorship and you've got the money and you've made the money off the athletes paying to be there, then get some spectators in, because like when you watch a show and there's no crowd in the audience, it looks shit.
yeah. Like, and especially if you're going to charge people so much money to be there, then give out a few free tickets. I swear, give out 100 free tickets to the locals and then make everybody else pay. Like, I don't even care
Yeah,
at that point. Like, I'll pay for a ticket because I want to be there. Like,
yeah,
that's why I'm here. But like, these local people don't know what the fuck they're watching. So do giveaways on radio shows, do giveaways on local news channels. Go and meet people and give like to the mayor, have the mayor give out 50 tickets to people that they know. Like, there's
yeah,
just so many things that people could be doing as a real promoter.
yeah. Yeah, I love this. Your one Instagram story a month isn't gonna fucking cut it anymore. Come on, like it's not that hard. And I
Right.
totally agree. I think I think there's a little bit of responsibility on the athletes to do a bit of promotion, because like it's still a niche sport, it's still small, we still need to do our bit. But
Yeah.
strongman promoters, if that is your full-time fucking job, come on. Have a bit about yourself. Someone who does it really, really well actually is Ash Lappage. Who has that KLC Strongcast. He's a very good promoter. He's always putting stuff out for shows and comps and stuff like that. He's on it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And Danny was, I don't know, maybe it was somebody else, but did like the whole like horse drawing diagram of Ash's strongman career. And like the worst part of the drawing is his athlete area. And then the best part of the drawing is his
Yeah, I've
like
seen
promoter
that.
area.
I've seen that. It's so accurate. It's so accurate. It hurts. Class, yeah. It's so funny. So funny. We're both big time KLC Strongcast listeners as well. Hell yeah. Big
Yes, I
KLC
am for
Strongcast.
sure.
We love it. We love it.
I'm probably
Absolutely.
the only American, and I keep trying to get more to listen, but it's great. I love it. So
Yeah, I do. It's just like listening to your little brothers just chat shit, innit? They're just so
good.
stupid. Right, well, as we're getting onto it, let's move on then to the final part of the podcast, everybody's favourite, the Silly Goose.
Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where our lips get loose and our minds run free. Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where we chat a load of shit that's of absolutely no use. It's silly goose time.
So, do you have a silly goose you would like to bring to the table?
I do.
Oh,
okay, so you have to think really hard about this one. So for the rest of your life, you have to decide: would you rather have no knees or no elbows?
Ooh. No elbows. Instant decision. No elbows straight away, because I feel like it's going to be so much harder to walk around with no knees. At least if my arms are consistently straight,
imagine how you're gonna have to eat. Like,
are they going to be shorter than they are now, or would they be as long as they are now? Because my arms are pretty long.
They are. Yeah,
I've got
like
really
the only
arms.
the only thing that changes in your body is that you can never bend your elbows again or your knees.
I still have shoulders. Oh god, no! I definitely couldn't reach my face. But then the knees, though, would get me. Like, never been able to sit down again. Although you could just sit down with your legs straight out in front of you, I guess, on the floor.
You just have to get a recliner for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I feel like the knees, I couldn't bear not walking around. I'd have to. The elbows would go. Fuck them. I don't really like them anyway. Less chance of snapping my bicep as well. So
there you go.
Fuck them elbows. Who needs them? What would you pick? Would you be knees or elbows?
No, I would go no knees for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm pretty flexible. So I can like get to the ground without my knees, and I can like sit pretty comfortably. And I'm short, so I got little like stubby legs, you know. So
you'd walk like
I'm
a
only like
soldier.
5'1".
You're tiny, tiny.
I just swivel my hips like this, you know.
Just walk around like a duck. Oh no, crazy! I feel like I'm interested to see what other people would think about this, because like I feel like it will be a real divide. It's like a Marmite divide, isn't it? That. You're either team elbows or team knees, aren't you?
Yeah, that's why my first question though was like, how are you going to eat or drink? Because I am a huge foodie. Like, that's why I don't understand why I do a weight class sport, but it's fine. Like,
same. Fuck, I'm never near that weight class ever. Fucking hell. Shit. When they bring that under 90 kilo women's class in, fucking nice one. See you under 82s. Fuck that. I'm sick of trying to get there. It's awful. Absolutely awful.
4 more years until I'm a master's athlete, and I'm never cutting weight ever again. So
hell yeah, let's go. See, I've got fucking 10 more years. I'll probably be dead by that point. If I make it over 10 years, I'll be fucking shocked. But well, my silly goose for you. I actually had 2, but we'll go through one quickly and see if we've got time for another one. First of all, what is your most useless skill?
I can do a one-hand clap.
What?
You're gonna have one-handed clap.
A one-handed. What? How do you do this? I can't. I've got no wrist mobility. How do you do it?
You just relax your whole like hand and then.
Mine's not doing it.
Can you do like? Have you ever packed tobacco? Like I don't.
Yeah. Duh.
It's that similar, but do it with your whole hand.
My hands don't do this. That is a useless skill. I feel like I'm going to snap my wrist. my wrists are not strong enough for this bullshit. I'm going to end up with a fucking wrist brace on at this rate. That is a very useless skill, but it's very good.
So when fap was like a thing, I don't know if that was a thing in like your guys' in like the early 2010s. I would do that at the bar instead of like actually going up and like whispering fap to people. I would just
It's so good. I can't believe how loud it is as well. Like, I'm genuinely impressed by that skill. That's fucking epic. I like it a lot. Yeah, I like it a lot. Brilliant. Right, I feel like I'll let you go with that one because I don't want to do too many strong woman silly gooses and ruin your day. But I really appreciate you being on the podcast, Panda. It has been absolutely amazing to have you on. Where can people find you if they want to follow you along, or if you've got anything to plug, then give it a shout out now.
So right now I'm just perusing the Instagrams at panda_small SMOL but swole. So panda_small but swole.
Hell yeah.
So that's basically it right now. When I become back into the strongman things, maybe I'll have more offerings to have. So keep your eyes on the space.
Hell yeah, I'm sure people will. Tag you in below in the show notes so people can find out where you are. But thank you so much for being on the podcast. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Love it.
No problem. So I hope you enjoyed that episode, and we will see you all on the next one. Goodbye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Strong Woman Highs, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support the podcast, then please give us a follow on Instagram. Or if you would like, we're also on buymeacoffee.com/strongwomanhighs. This is where you can send us tips, or you can also join our membership area, which is $5 a month or £4 a month. It's the silly gosling level. We'll post out any extra content that we get on there, and hopefully a few little free giveaways of things as well. The podcast currently doesn't cost a lot to run, which is what we're trying to keep it as, but we would like to be able to cover our costs, and also once those costs are covered, any profit that is made on Strong Woman Highs will be getting saved up and put into a pot for future Strong Woman competitions that we can sponsor. So if you have a Strong Woman competition that you'd like to be sponsored, or if you want to be on the podcast, then give us a shout, send me a message on Instagram or on YouTube, anywhere else you can get us, and we'll get it sorted, because the more women that we can get on, the better. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye!